Nicholas Okachukwu from Newi, in conjunction with Alhaji Motala Enyako, with the threat to our life, heard our Abuja house from 2003 to 2011, using our company name to collect foreign loan, was duly exposed because same timing, another Navy man, Felix Enwenike, was stealing our parcels in our Rajirasaki Estate Gate, Lagos. He was caught with Chinedu from Umuahia, a staff of Edris, the security outfit owner, who was shot nearly to death recently as he was coming out of Governor Hope Uzodimma's village house in Imo State, which is also his village. Yagoda, the DC, then Grand Bell, and their case file was dumped to Madoka Mbiseman in CCID Panti, Lagos. Still in 2011, the CEO of GT Bank Tayo was poisoned to death. Rumor came out he was panicking for approving the 2.4 billion naira fraudulent loan in our company name, as they have no access to me. Remember our part 2 of Frank Mobalo fraudulent loan meeting. A woman from Osuala office informed me that the Caribbean woman who resembles Susan Rice was in Osuala's house. Osuala invited me to his house. I told him I have gotten information that his wife have come back to him in a manner of abomination. He said he was treating her leg. Osuala is a lawyer, not a doctor, and Abu Salami Abubakar, former military head of state, who snatched Osuala's wife from over a decade, had the money to treat her in a hospital of her choice. Woman in demon wanted Abiola style on me. I rejected. Ovoji Oboru from Delta State and one-time governor, chief APC aspirant, and vulture lawyer Makati Mbadoga from Nnewi have their offices in the same building off Awolowo Road, Ikoyi. Vulture lawyer Dixon Osuala from Nkwe like me made me known to them as his friends, escorting cows to a slaughterhouse. We discover Justice Binta Inyako, wife of Alhaji Motala Inyako, school in Queen College, Yaba. We sent a letter dated September 2011 to Queen College principal. We were introduced to one of the surveyor who took my entire family to our land in Ibejileki, where we saw a billboard on the next land saying it belonged to Alhaji Aswadi Tunubu Ahmed and his wife. Oruremi Tunubu is a redeemed church pastor. Okashi, c'est n'est pas possible. They are plotting horrors as a family business. A man called a lorry to the contract of cleaning grasses in our land. One time, as we were coming back from Justice Charles Archibald Court, who granted the amendment of our further statement of claim on 11th day of November 2011, 11. Osuala begged me to branch to Oboru's warehouse in Ijora. That was where Oboru put 1 carton of fish in my jeep as a gift. My wife Michiko and myself, Anacho, Innocent Uzomba, already know Osuala. With his cottage group, we use the fish to feed our dogs without knowing it was a poison fish to murder our Nigerian Japan family and any other living thing in our house. The first dog, Jack, collapsed. Exactly the way they say Chief MK Abiola collapsed. We call John the veterinarian, who is from Delta State. After all the treatment, including drip, he took the dog's blood for a lab test and came back that it was a poison and the dog will not survive. When the last dog died, I called John's number. The woman who picked said John is dead. Organized crime plotted on us from Union Home and Union Bank has started killing the witnesses. Our neighbor from Enugu State, Obianyo, died. His junior brother, who worked in DAS, and whose wife is from Abate Anambra, brought a ticket for the burial. I rejected it. That is, the senior brother told me they have poisoned him. And he died. Mrs. Regina Obianyo, who is from Obosi, Anambra, but whose mother is from Umuahia, returned to Lagos within a month, which is against tradition. She and her late husband were Catholic, but he started living with the Redeemed Christian Church men and women, new faces. On 3rd January 2012, the old widow, a pensioner of bankrupted Nigerian Airways with Redeemed Church members, plotted assassin gas in the demarcation wall and chemical in the roof to murder us, while her son and his family were living in Great Britain. A Redeemed Church Yoruba woman, part-time teacher, was in our parlor with my children. I must have informed them that I was always upstairs while my wife must be in the kitchen. But Germany, the carpenter, aborted their plan by noisy alerters. I came down and saw the fire never went up. Germany was paid to change his statement and he bought a car before they put him to death. Atrocities, unprofessional conduct of corrupted Lagos State Fire Service. 2013, many things happened in our Asom case, especially when Alao, who is from Kwara State, like Kola, Ogunala, was DPO first tag. No time to explain now. 2014, Standard Chartered Bank, Apapa branch, email us. A fake Ganishi, suit number MUCA/H1/2007, which no one has served us, and they use it to pack all our dollars and nairas. This is the fake Ganishi. People were calling us to rent our land in Ibajileki and or our Abuja house. But we were scared because Tinubu is close to our land and the Nyako with Nukala Sokatuku are close to our Abuja house. Those callers were their agent to kill me. No institution to unravel their crime in Nigeria. Our family and friends in Great Japan respond and constant sending dollars to us, destroy their evil plan. None of the over 14 vulture lawyers with Osuala in our cases, or any Igbo, or Yoruba, or Hausa Fulani person come to our house about the Asom. But Osuala, desperate to end my life, sent an invitation from Ohaneze. The name to call on the card is similar to the idiot who wanted to waste my life in Allen Avenue. Carry the name of Obio Furniture via his driver, Ablahi, from Adamawa State, sign of Motara Inyako, ex-Navy officer. The invitation was for conference on May 10th, 2014 in Oriental Hotel in VI that belonged to Aswaju Tinubu Group. Having know how poisonous Tinubu is, I never went there. This is the invitation. It was exposed Alhaji Oluseyi put another company name on top of our file, which they used to loot our 63 million insurance money from Allen Avenue, Ikeja, branch of Union Bank. One time, I escorted Suala to Baby Allen, Ikeja, near Spar supermarket to meet a fat, round-faced Yoruba man who looked like a politician in position of governor of Osun State. Yakini, Fatai, and one Igbo woman, Ngozi, work in D13 under Kola Ogunalo, currently AIG Zone 6, and whose wife is a Fulani woman. In our case of empty container, since then, Yakini has attached himself to me. Why Kola is hiding in any of our cases? One Igbo man, Charles, and two Yoruba men, Peter, who married an Umuahia woman, and Yakini, were the three government officers who escorted me to meeting with the Union Bank and its insurance company. I later discovered Yakini's wife was a pastor from Iyara, dangerous. She connected voice lawyer Allen Onyema from Iyara, Anambra, who hijacked $20 million from our money and bought two used airplane for his AP's airline in conjunction with the voice lawyer Geoffrey Onyema, the current Minister of Foreign Affairs, whose second wife is from Ondo State. Plotted Sylvester Umaku from Enugu State at our estate gate. At the time they were routing our money, Sylvester was terrorizing and tampering whatever coming to our house with their blood money peace mass transits, without them knowing we were noting all their action, including with spy camera. Geoffrey Onyema, embassy should not be a trap. Onyema could not catch Hausa Fulani Yoruba who looted Nigerian treasure dry. But it is me, hardworking Igbo man, with my Okiba. He joined forces with Nnewi and took away our marine engine business for his own brother, destroy our Japanese family that live in Densho of Tokyo, thinking it cannot be traced back to him. Their evil payback is now. On 14 April 2014, there had been an attempt to murder me in a hotel off Allen Ikeja in a street by former KFC. You can imagine, 2014, Kola Ogunala was the OC monitoring unit in Ikeja Police Command, monitoring his rubbishes. Same time, Fatai was in Zone 2, and our house of file was forcefully moved from First Stack to Zone 2. Bandits, Drobo, fraudsters, positioning themselves as a police. At this moment, Kola is still holding our Abuja House Police report with the reference number dated 13 May 2011 as a way to monitor how the agent will kill me. In our only source of feeding, you can see how police, DAS, EFCC, MD Abaka, Abasalami Abaka, Osuala's wife, Aisha Buyari, connected to the presidency and National Assembly partners to loot our remaining $43 million from the bank and dump it in Union Bank apartment in Ikoyi. Then recover it with judiciary as a loot, without saying who looted it. They are playing both suspect and victim. Completely avoid us, the owner of the money. Makati Mbadoga, being innocent motor lawyer, in the fraud 2.4 billion naira GT Bank loan, exposed how they colluded, including Oswala, whose office is Broad Street, Lagos, is 8. His house in Festac is 8, with his Curtis group as accomplices, and the Alhaji Tinubu head was tagged with 8. This vital information is for the great leaders of Great G7, great leaders of Great China, great leader of Great Russia, AU, ECOWAS, and the ABI, and others to argue Nigerian government and Lagos State to return what belongs to us and finish our cases over our case over 14 years in court. Now on fiat with Justice R.M. Aikawa. Where is him? The viewers, this is part 3. Part 4 will prove how this primitive, satanic old man destroy the system, including with forged document and murdering the witnesses in targeting us, but fell again, and again. Thank you for being with us. Merci beaucoup. Domo arigato.